Of this country's last great gold rush, and at its height in the 1920s, prospectors from all over the world were descending on Red Lake, Ontario to stake a claim. Well, now, decades later, and the town is once again in the throes of gold fever, thanks to a red-hot demand for the precious metal and the discovery of some new deposits. Ron Charles made the trip to Red Lake recently to get a closer look at a modern-day gold rush in motion.
On the surface, Red Lake looks like a lot of isolated northwestern Ontario towns carved out of the boreal forest. To find out what's special here, follow these gold mine workers. Hundreds of meters underground, through kilometers of tunnels to some of the world's richest gold deposits. They drill and eventually blast it right out of the rock. Pat Daly has worked here for 2 decades and seen the price of gold quadruple.
This is what they're trying to get to. This is an actual stope down here where the gold is.
This is the stuff the miners are digging for here, more than 1.5 kilometers underneath Red Lake. This 60-ton pile of ore may contain 60 ounces of gold worth almost $60,000. And that's just one small haul. The 5 Red Lake mines owned by Vancouver-based Goldcorp produced 740,000 ounces of gold last year. This is not Red Lake's first gold rush. Back in the 1920s and 30s, when the precious metal was discovered here, prospectors poured into the area. Now that gold has regained its glory, so has Red Lake.
There you go.
Mike and Jennifer Patenaude moved here 5 years ago for his job as a bush pilot. Higher pay at the mines, often 6 figures, soon convinced him to leave the skies and head underground.
It's very lucrative in comparison to flying. You'll make a decent living and then some.
Red Lake's mayor, Phil Venet, points out that it's not just the operating gold mines that are booming. A tour of the area shows so much exploration that it's hard to turn a corner without running into one of these drilling rigs, looking for gold thousands of meters down.
We'd like to think that this is the hottest site of mining activity, and certainly gold mining activity, in all of Canada, if not all of North America.
But it wasn't always like this. Red Lake has been through a couple of boom and bust cycles.
A few years ago, when we were not doing so well off, you could fire a cannon down here and you wouldn't have hit a dog in the ass, you know. So.
Now Red Lake is one of few northern Ontario towns with a growing population and a housing shortage.
This is the first show unit that we built.
Leslie and Marlon Herr are building high-end townhomes to take advantage of the demand.
The water and sewer is all in. It's all ready to go. We just need buyers, and away we go.
They have plans for 24 of these 3-bedroom houses.
The price of gold makes the mine very stable, and the mine at this point is the main employer in our town. So that bounces off into every other facet of the community, right?
A community that knows it's in the enviable position of being a town that's literally sitting on top of a gold mine. Ron Charles, CBC News, Red Lake, Ontario.